Welcome to the Mortgage Podcast, where we give tactics, strategies, and inspiration to get you to 10 plus loans per month. We talk a lot about how to make a ton of money in mortgage while also being happy and thriving in your personal life. If you want to be a mortgage millionaire, you're in the right place.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mortgage Podcast with Todd Screama. And today, I love this subject. So I love it when people can take information that they've learned and make it super simple, like Amazon. How in the heck do you have a million products and I just press a button and it shows up I might press one or two buttons, three buttons, and it shows up at my house the next day. I'm sure there's millions of logistical issues that they struggle with, but I don't see any of it. And that's what I'm trying to do today, is to take very complicated things and make them super simple. And I think that I've accomplished it. So I started out in this business 33 years ago, right out of college. I'd been good at sales because I worked in two other careers prior to this, because I started young, started selling stuff when I was 17. But what I learned between owning a mid-sized mortgage company, between coaching thousands of people in the core for 21 years, and now this last 4 years of the market crash and who made it and who didn't and what their attitudes are and what they did, has been so interesting to me and inspiring in many ways. So I'm going to summarize those 33 years of experience, and I am going to share with you the top three, what I think is the most important things that you need to understand and learn and act on in this market. Top three things I've learned. And by the way, some of this, I guess I don't know if it inspires you or makes you mad or embarrasses you. I don't really care about the feelings. What I care about is you getting the result. What I care about is you getting to 10 plus loans a month. That's what I care about. And I want you to care about that, okay? This business is too hard just to get by. I can have freedom being a Boy Scout leader. I can have freedom, like so many people say, I became a loan officer for freedom. No, you became a loan officer to be the one. Like Ed Milet's the one. Like in my family, I'm the one. I'm the one that shapes the family. I'm the one that people call when they're in really need. I'm the one that steps in. I'm the one. I want you to be the one, which means we have to think different. We have to think bigger, okay? So the choke point that we're trying to solve, and this says the Summit Funding Jolt process, that's just my way of dealing with it within my mortgage company, is getting more leads, period. But we're going to talk about the three things I've learned that have to do with that. Number one, call reluctance is real. I was talking to one of my top producers, this is about 6 months ago, and I said, hey, how many new accounts have you cold called in the last 6 months? He's all, one. You made one sales call in 6 months? He says, well, I sell through the loan app and I ask for referrals and I get to know this realtor, and then I ask him for a referral and he refers me to this realtor. I said, hey, nothing wrong with any of that, but you want to go to 25 units a month, you're closing 13, that's not enough. We need to pour some gas on that. So anyway, we did that. We ended up having a dialer that makes all of his cold calls for him, and it's blew him up. He's trying to, that loan officer I just talked about is trying to close 35 loans this month. Why? Well, I would say two reasons. Number one, rates came down, and he's got some refis in there. And two, starting about 6 months ago, we just made a bunch of cold calls for him, about 400 a month. So call reluctance is real. I know of one loan officer that I can confidently tell you makes 20 or 30 outbound calls a day that are cold calls. That loan officer in 2024 closed 430 loans. That's the only person that I see do it. So it's kind of like, I'll give an example. Let's use some personal life examples, because where I'm going with this is, if you're not going to do it, just hire someone to do it. I could say I'm going to spend 8 hours doing my lawn on Saturdays, but I won't. I know that. So I've had a gardener for, ever. Since I owned my first house, I had a gardener. I was 25 years old when I bought my first house. So that was 30 years ago. I've had a gardener. Why? Because I'm not going to do it. I had a house cleaner that did all my laundry, did my grocery shopping, made my meals. I've had that person, 18 years, because I will feed myself, but I'll feed myself Jim Boy's tacos because it's late at night and I don't want to spend 30 minutes cooking. I know this about myself. So I just was honest with myself and said, just have someone do it for you. So If you're not going to do it, and 99.9% of you won't do it, just hire someone. And I mean that, I'm being very literal. Just hire someone. That's the answer. You won't do it. You will not do it. You'll call some past clients. You'll call people back who call you. You'll call realtors you know, but you will not call new ones. You will not. So that is why I just started. For my loan officers, I just make the calls for them. Number 2 is very insightful. Loan officers make the most money when they take a loan application or they meet with a new or existing referral account. So your goal should be 70% of your time should be spent doing those two things. You know, when I was that 11 years where I closed 141 million a year in volume, most of my day was loan app. I was just really good at my job and I really sold through the loan application well. The appointments I went on, outside of the people that I knew that I did business with, all the new ones were from the appointment center. I didn't spend 6 hours a day cold calling people. I had someone do it for me so that I could do the meetings. That's where the money's made. So I spent all my time, literally probably 80% of my time, taking a loan app or sitting in front of a new or existing client that could send me business. That's the magic, okay? So call reluctance is real is one of my biggest learnings. That's the biggest one. Number 2, loan officers make the most money when they take applications and when they meet with new or existing accounts. The third one is where some of you will disagree with me. Sales math, 10 equals 2. This is very simple, but I want you to think about it in terms of realtors, builders, financial planners, and other affiliate referrals. So if I get you 10 meetings with top financial planners, what I'm saying is you will start doing business with 2. I'm going to get you 10 meetings with financial planners. They all have 200 to 400 clients each. You'll start doing business with 2. The same math is true with realtors. The same math is true with home builders. The same math is true with investors. I track all these metrics and have for years. So I am positive I am correct. It's not made up math. So let's explain why this is a problem. If I'm a loan officer and I want to grow my business and I want to get 2 more accounts a month because I'm building my business, I need 10 first appointments. What most loan officers think is, hey, I met with 2 new realtors this month that I never met before. I'm going to do business with at least 1 or 2. And that's what gets you. I had so many meetings, over hundreds of meetings with realtors. I would walk out of the appointment thinking, I got this. I got it. They're golden. They loved me. Never spoke to them again in my life. Pure ghost. Ghosted me. By the way, dating works the same. I had a friend of mine and she came into town, really was a nurse, had 2 kids, beautiful. I mean, really strikingly beautiful. And was like, I can't get it. How's your dating life? She's like, I'm not dating. I'm like, why not? She says, oh, I hate dating. I said, well, okay, I get that, but you're going to be single the rest of your life. You're like 30 years old. She's like, I just hate it. I said, well, are you doing anything to get a date? She's like, no. I said, do you go to church? No. Are you on any online stuff? No. Do you ask your friends for referrals? No. I said, listen, you're going to have to go on about 10 dates to find probably 1 or 2 that you want to date, like continue with. 8 out of the 10 first dates, you're never going to want to see him again. And she's like, I've never thought of it that way. I thought I would just bump into someone in the grocery store and they would ask me out and it would be this love affair. And I said, that's your alligator brain. Or sometimes Jay Shetty calls it your monkey brain. It's your animalistic brain thinking, I'll just get lucky and win the lottery and that's how I'll get rich. It doesn't work, but we all do it. We think, our monkey brain tells us, I bumped into that realtor in the office. We had a great meeting. They said they would use me. They said that we would do a lot of business together. You need 10 of those to start doing business with 2. Once you swallow that pill and you understand as a professional salesperson, we meet with 10 new accounts, potential accounts a month, you're going to grow your business by 2. That's the whole magic. That's the whole magic. I got no reason to lie to you. I've been coaching loan officers professionally for 24 years. I own a mid-sized mortgage company. I closed $140 million a year for 11 years myself. Like, I know how this works. I am not guessing. That is how it works. But when's the last time you had 10 high-quality meetings with 10 accounts in a month? 99% of you never have. I'm not talking about closing 10 loans a month. We all did that in COVID. I'm talking about 10 new referral accounts you met in a month. Most of you, it's 0. You've never done it. And I'm not saying that to embarrass you. I'm saying it because if you don't have that mindset and work towards that, your business will stay the same or shrink. And that is the problem of sales. That's the whole issue. So instead of feeling scared about it, let's find a way to fix it. Let me say that again. Instead of being scared about it, let's find a way to fix it. That's the key. Get out of the emotion, get into this. I'm going to do A, B, C. And you saw from my first bullet point on call reluctance, I don't think you'll make the calls. So you'll solve 1 and 2 and part of 3 just by hiring someone to set appointments for you. It'll increase your confidence. It'll get you to the 10 meetings a month very quickly. Then we just got to brush up your presentation skills. And you're golden. You're on your way to 10, 20 loans a month. Sounds crazy. It's actually not. So if you found value with these 3 things, I would love for you to send it to another loan officer that you know, that you care about, that you want to see do well, and say, hey, take 15 minutes and listen to this. It could have a deep impact on you. If you would please do that for me, that's how this stuff really spreads, is through your referrals. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm always here for you if you want to reach out to me. Have a beautiful week. Talk to you soon.